nothing. It's me, your boy, the hottest dude in the podcast game, Sebastian Conelli. And as always, per usual, we got the cute boy here himself, Robbie boy. Robbie, say hello to beautiful people.
Let's go, beautiful people.
Primping and pramping over here.
I know. I literally, when I wear a hat, I just need 10% of my hair to look good, and I can't even get that down right now.
What's fun though is that you've had time to primp and pramp, and you wait till I begin to speak again. Then it's all of a sudden
Now I'm in crunch time. I can't even see.
What
I
do you
can't
mean?
really see 100% with the glasses, which is unfortunate.
Rob.
I'm like at 85%.
Well, thank you everyone for being here. Big week for the podcast last week. We were dropping.
4 drops last week. So go check out all those episodes. A lot of content. We took a break. We were all for almost 3 weeks. Content break.
And
so
we pumped it. We made up for it last week by pumping out content. We got Akatar 3, Akatar 4. So we got all the Cord and Thorns and
no,
Roses.
neither of us can say it. It's the hardest thing to say.
You know what?
I think it's the accent.
Robbie, I'll tell you this.
What?
For two guys that talk for a living, we do a bad job.
I can't say that.
Words are our biggest enemy.
Yeah,
and we
it's
go,
hard.
how about we speak forever?
I don't know why.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We have mush mouth.
I think A Cord of Roses and Thorns would have just been easier. I don't know why it wasn't done that.
If I know
A Cord of Thorns and Roses.
Anything about, and if I know nothing, I know Sarah J. Maas takes the hardest road with words. If I know nothing.
We love Sarah J. Maas.
Oh, she's an icon. She's an icon.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with Sarah. I mean, like, all of us should look at artists that are like Sarah J. Maas. We should look at artists that aren't the greatest at their craft that succeed as inspiration.
I agree.
Sometimes we look at like LeBron's as inspiration, which I think we should, looking at the best of our craft as inspiration. But sometimes we should look at the mediocre of our crafts as inspiration too. Be like, look at them. I could do it.
I've looked at them before, for sure.
Right? It's beautiful.
Of course.
It actually should be the roads to success is we learn from the best.
Yeah.
You learn from the best. And you feel powerful from the mediocre.
Of course.
Seeing the most mid people makes you go, I got this shit.
There's people that make a living in the NBA doing one small little role. And they can
so
make millions
beautiful.
and millions of dollars. And it's just like, know your role, show up, do a good job. Don't try to be something you're not.
Yeah.
And you could be a nice piece towards whatever somebody's trying to achieve. Not everybody can be LeBron James.
Nah.
And it takes a team to always accomplish everything.
We have to realize LeBron James is the figure in a Lego set.
Yes.
We still need everything to build the house.
100%.
And I could be a chimney.
You'd be LeBron James.
No, I could be a chimney.
Of course.
We'll get to how I'm LeBron in a second.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a second. But we got all the Akatars out. We got Janine Haroni, our first guest back in forever. Go check that out. Go check her out. Also, we got a normal episode and Patreon. So if you want to, if you're like, I'm loving these guys. I see they're working so hard. I want to help them out so they know that they should continue. The Patreon's the best way to be supporting us. It's truly keeping the lights on over here. We just had to buy a new computer. We are in the hole.
Yes,
we are investing. This is phase 3, so things are coming. So that is what's happening over here. So if you're like, well, yeah, let me support these boys, or I want to check out more of their content, go to patreon.com, loud about nothing.
Yeah, we want to, like, we put out the Akatar stuff because we want to give stuff out for free. But we also just need some sort of model where we can continue to exist.
And we have some exciting new stuff that we're going to do over there. As we said, I'm going to become an Eagle Scout. Robbie's going to teach me how to become an Eagle Scout with those badges. I was looking at uniforms. They do have my size on the websites, which is actually unbelievable.
Yeah, of course.
I'm so excited. I'm going to definitely look like the boy from Up.
Yeah.
I mean, I will look like I put on a Boy Scout uniform. I mean, old men run away from me because they go, I want my wife to be alive. If I'm wearing a Boy Scout uniform, I am the fear. Everyone goes, where's the old man? If I put on a Boy Scout uniform, everyone goes, the balloons? Do they really work? I am the boy from Up. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality.
I guess. Yeah. A grown version.
Yes,
You're
grown version.
6'4", 6'3".
This is what's great about
the
Robbie.
boy is 5 foot. If that, he's a tiny child.
Well, go check all that stuff out. But I do have an announcement here on the podcast. Sebastian Conelli, Staten Island scumbag, has officially risen through the ranks and is an Oscar-nominated movie.
Let's go.
Unbelievable, people. This is unbelievable. My part-time job is Oscar-nominated movies.
Yeah, it is.
Some people's like firefighters like, yeah, part-time I'm a carpenter, part-time I volunteer, I referee for the CYO League. Me, part-time Oscar movies.
Oscar movies, baby, part-time job. It's awesome.
Yeah.
More people are seeing it. It's fun. Go check out Anora.
Yeah. We've shouted that out a ton. It's coming back to theaters, so if you want to go check that out, go check that out. It is really funny to me that is my part-time job.
Yeah.
That my full-time job isn't that, but my part-time job is
No.
Oscar. Yeah, I don't know. My part-time job is Oscar movies.
Yeah.
Pretty iconic. Pretty iconic.
People are asking me if you do improv in the movie.
Oh, it was loose, the script, but it was mostly what he wanted, you know?
Okay.
It was loose.
People are asking me.
Now you got the insights.
Yeah.
I think that we could have done, I mean, it was an action scene, so there's only so much. It wasn't like a scene where we're sitting here talking, you know?
Yeah.
So it was moving. Like, the lines were loose, but, you know, it wasn't like all of a sudden I was going to start bringing up backstory.
No, of course.
You know,
No.
There's only so much that you could do in that moment. But no, it was loose. It was nice.
It was an action scene.
I was in an action. I'm in an Oscar movie that in an action scene.
Action scene. Yeah, it's fun. His scene is good. If you guys haven't seen it, you got to go see it. It's exciting. My friend called me this weekend to talk about it.
Yeah. So I love that. So that's I think my parents are proud about that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, they were really happy.
They're artistes, your parents.
Yeah, my parents.
So the Oscars is that's the level.
That is the level. That is the creme de la creme.
Exactly.
You know? That
they can never take that away. Criterion Collection.
I know people will be watching that movie and seeing me for years. It was the last movie that they watched in the White House before Joe Biden left.
Oh wow.
Last movie they watched was Honora.
Yeah, the last screening they did.
Tough. Hope it doesn't make it to this White House.
I mean, he's definitely seen it.
Yeah,
he's definitely seen it.
And he's definitely just watched the
And he
first
probably
part
liked
over
it.
and over. He probably did like it. It's fucking, of course he did.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. It's everything. The movie has everything.
So that was a big announcement over here, and I just want to share. I like to share my successes with you.
Yeah.
Especially in the throes of winter.
I hope it wins one.
I hope it wins one too, because then that will be an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah. It's got to win one.
It's got to win. Guys.
Go see it and talk about it. People aren't talking about it enough.
Robbie, we don't realize how powerful we are right now.
Yeah.
We have a voice right here.
I
agree. We need to say witches. Witches.
Oh, witches, yes.
We need you.
Yeah.
I'm in a
At
movie.
At least one.
I need one witch to do a favor for me. I'm in a movie that's nominated for an Oscar.
Six Oscars.
6 Oscars.
We just want one to win.
I know that there's so many beautiful, wonderful witches, powerful witches that follow the podcast. And I need one of you to perform a spell so that I could win, that Honora could win an Oscar, so I am in an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah.
I need one. We
That's
need
it.
one from the witches.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think they will.
I believe
they've delivered with us for so many occasions.
The witches, you know, it's so crazy that witches are so powerful, and that men, when they watch sports, do the most pathetic things to be bad witches.
Oh, yes.
I'll turn my hat inside out. If I was a witch, I'll be rolling my eyes at them and being like, who do you think you are? Stop trying to do spells.
Yes. I mean, men do a lot of interesting, quirky things when they watch sports. We were talking about this last week.
Why people have these quirky traditions and rituals while they watch sports is because they have zero control of what's happening on the field.
Yeah, of course.
So there's just grown 50-year-old men, 40-year-old men watching these kids on the fields going, I have no control, and the happiness of the rest of my year lies in this 22-year-old.
Yes.
So what will I do? I won't wash my socks. How these grown-ass men take control of the situation, and when they feel powerless, are either, I'll turn my clothes inside out, or I'm not bathing, right? This is how we take control of situations when we don't have control.
They want to feel like they're contributing something.
That's how men contribute.
But men can't just exist and not contribute and control.
They
can't just enjoy.
No, they can't enjoy.
They need to contribute or control, and it's just like fucking chill.
They can't mansplain from the sideline.
No.
They can't tell them how to do it. So what do? They go, take your shoe off. I'm drinking a beer out of it. They need to just do something that hurts them so they feel like they're helping.
It's wild. The first time I watched football with my friend who played at a really high level, and he actually explained the game to me, I was like, oh, I've been watching football my whole life with people who have no idea what they're talking about and just yell nonsense at the TV.
Yeah.
But
yeah, people just yell nonsense. People just get angry and yell.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that most of our life we have zero control over.
Yes.
It's how
Which is hard to grasp with. Like, I have gotten so comfortable with no control. And it's like it took a long time, but me and you both are in a place where we have such little control over so many things, and every day is a mystery. We live 1 week at a time. We have things that derail what we're trying to do in an extreme way, probably once or twice a week. And it has changed a lot of how I view other people, because it's like people with such structure in their lives, they can't handle small inconveniences.
It's hard when you have extreme structure, you can't handle slight change. That's what's beautiful about like people that like live a surfer mentality.
Yes.
Right? I go with the wave rather than trying to change the wave.
Yes.
If you are so strict on routine, that's you being like, no, I was taught by the teacher that I had to go 90 degrees here. When a surfer will be like, oh, the wave's coming this way, so let me adjust.
Yes.
Reacting to life rather than
thinking you can control it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't control it.
You can't control anything, Rob. It's sick. And we chose a career that we have zero control over.
Yeah.
And it's really hard.
It's interesting because where I work is like a lot of high earners, a lot of people that have these like super structured jobs, and you just see the difference in mentality, and it's like, oh, I came from that life, but I was never derailed that much. Like, I kind of always was like, oh, this shit is kind of bullshit. But people really crave control.
Well, and also the better your life gets, and that like the more that you have control over
you feel the control.
You also like the smallest thing could ruin you.
Yes. It's the illusion though. Like you don't actually have it. But when you live like us, it's like, oh yeah, this is a fucking Tuesday for me, man. I can't believe this is melting your week.
Truly, like I've been busy. Stuff has been hectic for me. I'm just going to be honest with the podcast people. I got no underwear. So what did I do? I ordered a 3-pack.
Yeah, I've been there.
I'm just like I'm not going to let that change me. I'm not going to.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to let that be like, Seb, how you're so behind on everything. How are you not doing this? It's January.
No.
You already ran out of underwear. I go, babe, let me.
This is a problem for 3 days from now.
Yeah. I
not even buy a 5-pack. Nah. Got a 3-pack.
Yo,
That's how day to day you're living.
A 3, yeah, I know.
That's the level of control you need. 3 days. Give me 3 days. Well, I'll figure it out.
The truth is, the 5-pack was a little pricey. Yeah. So I go, oh, maybe not. But I think that the people when they watch the sports, they just have no control.
Yeah.
And you see it when people are going to be at the Super Bowl games. You'll see the people that fight having no control, and that will be taken out with anger by yelling at things.
Yeah. I was very superstitious back in the day when I was a child and I would watch sports, but
you are.
Yeah, not anymore.
Well, because you realize that's about comforting you, not comforting. That doesn't affect the game.
Yes, no.
But I do believe in energy.
Of course.
That's a different thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I
don't think my energy ends up affecting the game.
No, I don't think so either. From your home?
Yeah.
No, Rob.
I will say this, I don't like watching sports. If I'm rooting in one way, I don't really like to watch with somebody who's rooting against.
Yeah.
That vibe throws off my energy.
Yeah, that vibe does throw it off.
I'm good on that.
Well, there are people that will go to Super Bowl parties wearing the jersey of the opposite of everyone else at the party, ready for a fight.
Yes, which I don't want. I don't like.
People put on the other jersey because they have other problems in their life and they want to fight.
Yeah, that's another thing with this life is just like, I don't also have space to argue with strangers in this way. Like, this is not
sports?
Something that I have enough stress in my life that I'm like, we don't need to do this.
Have we seen
I'm good on you.
What's going on?
Yeah.
We're going to argue about sports?
Yeah.
It actually is. It's mind-boggling. It's like
100%.
People need to study this. It's like, look at the world. And the two brothers stopped talking to each other because one city likes the Chiefs, one person likes the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, what are we to have a fight with a stranger over sports stuff? I mean, you.
But I would. If somebody starts mouthing off against the king, I will engage. That's why I can't even allow it. Like, it can't be in my space.
You can't.
That's just the way I am right now.
Well, that's good.
I need to protect myself.
Keep your space.
100%.
Keep your safe space for you.
Absolutely.
I think that's beautiful.
I also think in people love to hit like shit on safe spaces.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what is a home? What is a home? People get security? These people will hire security. They got all these fucking alarm systems. They got gated communities. And then they're going, I don't like safe spaces. I'm like, what are we talking about?
That's insane.
My life is, I try to have a safe space in my home, but my home is like, I've been renting out a room in my apartment, so I have like a stranger living in, which I've liked all the people that have ended up living with me, which has been good. I have a good system of filtering people out, but most people would never be every 2 months I have a new stranger living in my home, and those are the same people that hate safe spaces. I'm like, these people...
You need to...
It's to point out certain contradictories in the world, we could do a whole episode just pointing out the contradictories of whatever.
These are people that will be like, I hate safe spaces, but I need to have my own man cave around my family.
Yes.
I need a room that I could only go in, that my wife isn't allowed in.
All right, man. You hate safe spaces.
Also, like... Everyone, from the dawn of time, we wanted safe spaces.
Of course.
What was a cave?
I think that's what people are like trying to accomplish. That's most people's goal. American dream. I mean, the fence in the fucking house.
Think about like cave people. We would just look for a cave that was safe.
Yeah.
Like, and now we could speak, and we want it to be emotionally safe too.
It's very strange.
A castle was just a safe space from people trying to steal your shit.
Yeah.
What? How are we all? How is safety a bad thing?
They talk about is safety. You guys wouldn't thrive in an unsafe space. You would be crying.
Yeah. Crying is okay.
Sure.
Crying is fine.
Yeah,
Please. I'm hitting my numbers this year. I'm tracking the numbers of
You're
cries.
tracking the tears.
I'm just trying to make more comes than cries.
More comes than cries. That's good.
Yeah. It's a good goal.
I guess so.
So I think that the Chiefs and the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Just happened. I mean, honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm over football.
Yeah, me too.
I don't care about football. I played it in high school. I can't give a... I mean, just to see how bad it is and damaging on human beings, I don't need to watch it.
Yeah. I don't really watch much football.
You know how?
There's a few players I think are exciting.
Sure.
That are really talented. Yeah. I mean, I loved football growing up. But I can't follow it. I was just like, I'm not going to give 1 day a week to this. Now I give a lot of time to LeBron James, but the Lakers play at 10:30 at night during the week. And it's my unwind.
It's great that
it's my unwind hobby.
It would be harder if he was on the East Coast.
No, I wouldn't be able to follow.
Yeah. But for me, it's like these people are physically hurting themselves and ruining their mental state, affecting the people they love.
Yeah. For
us to watch. I don't know. Housewives don't look too bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what are we doing at that point? You know? Like
I know you would think it wouldn't exist much longer, but it makes so much money.
It's gonna exist. They're gonna add a game.
Yeah.
To it.
I could see that.
Yeah, so they're gonna add more football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's going in that direction.
No, it's going the exact opposite. So for me, Super Bowl comes around and everyone always asks, who you rooting for? And I don't care about the teams, so I go based on people I know that like the teams.
Okay.
So if I like a person that likes the Chiefs, I love the Chiefs. if I know a person, if I don't like a person that likes the Eagles, oh, get out of here, Eagles!
Yeah.
It's just based on the few fans that I know that like the team.
Yeah. Do you just change?
I'll change.
And whoever you're talking to?
Yeah.
You don't
or friends-wise, you know, like. If I'm with the friends and they're from Philly and they're watching the Bills games, you better believe I want Philly.
Yeah, you
know?
root for the vibes. You don't want to throw off the vibes.
I'm rooting for the vibes.
Yes.
It would be psycho for me not to watch a single football game all year and then ruin the vibes going into a party.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
It would be. I don't watch a game all year and then I'm gonna be like, I got to put my foot down.
That's a lot of people at a Super Bowl party. They just decide morning of who they're going to root for, one way or the other.
It's insane.
Because also most people don't follow. Even if you follow football, you're not a fan of the two teams that end up making it just by the fact that there's 32 teams in the league. So 30 teams don't make it. So you have a lot of football fans that end up watching, and they choose a side day up. But you would think you would just go with the flow.
And they stand on that.
Yes.
They stand on that like it was scriptures.
Yes.
From handed down from generations.
100%.
And it's like, oh, yeah, the newscast I like, the anchor man, he was wearing a Chiefs jersey. It's like, shut up. For me, go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say, what annoys me is you'll be watching sports with someone or you're at a Super Bowl party with someone, and someone will take it upon themselves to place like a high stakes bet. And I don't necessarily have a huge horse in the race, but now this guy's like, oh yeah, I put $2,000 on Xavier Worthy to have 82 yards. And it's like, all right, well, I guess you just forced everyone at this party to root for Xavier Worthy to have 82 yards because no one else has $2,000 invested in this. Like, you could kind of, people commandeer the vibes of a party by just placing a huge bet. And it's just like, all right, before you place a bet, can we talk to everybody? Because now if I root against what you just bet, I'm rooting for you to lose $2,000, which I don't want to do.
Because you like
the person. And then you just strong-armed me into having to root for your 8-leg parlay. And now I got to watch this game, and I'm rooting for your 8-leg parlay. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, I just want to enjoy it.
DraftKings and betting sites have created a culture that you could buy the tone of a party.
100%.
Now you could be like, I'm the richest friend, so I want everyone to root for the Chiefs. Because everyone likes me.
Yeah.
Everyone likes Todd. And it's true, we do like you, Todd. But stop changing. We don't want. We like you.
I didn't tell you to put $1,000 on the Chiefs plus 10. Like, what are we doing?
I can't.
Or minus 10.
I also can't do the box culture.
What?
When it's like everyone has numbers, and then all of a sudden people are like, I have to start rooting for you for them to miss a field goal for you or something like that.
I know. I can't be doing that.
I can't be doing that either.
At least the box is random and like everybody has their own numbers.
Yes.
When somebody just places like a wildly egregious bet and you're just like, all right, I guess I'm rooting for that now. Totally. Or I want you to lose a lot of money. It's just like we all need to come together and decide before the high stakes bets are placed, or you got to watch this with a different group of people.
And we have to remember what the Super Bowl is really about.
What?
Munching.
Oh. I was like, is he going to go commercials? Is he going to go halftime show? The snacks.
The snacks.
Yeah.
It's the best snack. It's the best snack viewing situation of the year, I would say.
Okay.
The best snack to TV ratio has to be the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's the most like, oh, we're playing.
Yeah.
It's an incredible snacking day.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's all about the food. And I hope that people actually, we should superimpose a really thin guy saying that.
It's all about the snacks.
Because I say that.
The Super Bowl is a snack holiday.
Thank you,
It
Rob.
is all about the snacks. There is not a viewing experience one day of the year that parallels the Super Bowl with the snacks and the TV. It's amazing.
I'm going to start slipping Rob any thoughts I have about food under the table to him so that you could say it so then we don't just get the comments.
No, it's fun. I used to go to this really wild Super Bowl party in college where they invited the entire town.
And they lit the couch on fire.
And they lit the couches on fire. And it was it was not catered, but the amount of food that you would think it was catered.
It was the first time I saw a sandwich the size I wish sandwiches were.
It was the first time I saw a sandwich the size I wished a sandwich were. And that was 2 Chevy Tahoes long. It was amazing.
You know what it's like? Being like to hear stories of, hey babe, I gotta go pick up the sandwich, and then you go, oh, I gotta borrow a truck because I gotta put in the flatbread.
Yeah.
As a little kid, I went, maybe God does exist. No, well, the sandwich is so big it needs a truck.
Yeah.
That is what the Super Bowl meant to me.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl meant to me sandwiches so large they couldn't fit in cars. And that was so beautiful.
Yeah, that is.
One of the first the first boob I got to see in front of my grandpa was Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
What a mem.
That is true.
Yeah.
That was probably the first boob I saw too.
It was crazy. It was a lot of people's first boob.
That or
nipple.
Kate Winslet has got to be the highest percentage of first boob.
For millennials,
yeah,
it's one or two boobs that they saw first. Kate Winslet or Janet Jackson.
Probably.
Right? Who else? What are the boobs are we seeing at the time?
Yeah.
Those are the two most influential boobs of the time.
I would say so. Which,
and that was
a shame of what happened to Janet Jackson. Because she took the brunt of that. Her career faltered and Justin Timberlake's throve.
That's insane.
Yeah, which was insane.
Her career should I don't understand why she didn't get booked nonstop.
Yeah. All the millennial boys are on the same page.
If
it was the boomer men and women, I'm sure that controlled that narrative.
Yeah, that's annoying.
There was not a single millennial boy that was not immediately a fan.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know Janet Jackson, but then all of a sudden I was like, get me the album, Dad. Yeah. I was listening to her songs just to imagine her nipple.
Yeah, of course.
That's what Janet Jackson did.
Yeah, iconic.
Yeah, it was.
They deserve reparations of some sort.
Yeah, Janet Jackson, you truly, a nation grew up on you.
I remember the first time I did an improv show during the Super Bowl, and I came out at halftime, and I was like, yeah, I'm an artist now. This is not my. I don't care about sports anymore. I did it who's there? 12 people, if that.
But you need.
Do you remember the first time?
The one that
I imagine you did this too.
Well, when I did, I don't remember the first time, but I know that ASCAT which is a big show in New York, and it was like the big improv show in New York.
Yes.
When you first get asked to do it, you get asked to do days like Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
And because most people don't want to do it, so it's like I'll fill in.
Yeah.
So of course I was.
Oh, that's a huge moment for you. Yeah. I'm doing a tiny little show, but this is the biggest improv show in New York, especially at the time.
Yes,
this was a huge deal.
And I was like, okay, of course I'm a Super Bowl. So that I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was all about that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that was exciting.
The Oscars would be a big one. Mother's Day, I feel like.
Yeah, those days.
Game of Thrones.
I
remember because those are the ones that it would be like, oh, I don't have to go. Because I used to go to the show a lot. But you could go a little late and still get it because it was a free show.
Yes.
So the big days, I would be like, I'd rather go see ASCAT than whatever else was happening. And you could get there late and still get a ticket, which was nice.
Going down improv memory lane.
Improv memory lane.
Someone said on the video the other day, when you wiggle your face, when you shake your face, your whole face moves back and forth. And I just want to let the audience know I do that on purpose. It's one of my comedy moves. Yeah. I know what's happening, people. Okay? I'm smarter than you. I understand that when I wiggle my face, and I exaggerate it so it moves a little bit because I think it's funny.
Anybody can do it.
I do it on purpose, okay, people? I know
you relax the muscles in your face and you shake, as anybody can do it.
Look, I could not do it.
Of course.
But here's the thing. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
So when you point that out, look at that guy. He can't even shake his head without his chin's jiggling. I do it on purpose. No, you don't. I do. I spent hours in the mirror perfecting that. Freaking losers.
Artiste.
Okay. Yeah, I'm an artiste. I skip Super Bowl. I can make my face jiggle.
Oscar-nominated movies.
Yeah. What do you think? I don't know that.
Hours in the mirror perfecting that jiggle.
You don't think I know that the people are so dumb. I can't. I
can't either.
I don't realize that my face. I do it on purpose. I literally slack my jaw and wiggle it around.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny. Because I'm trying to make you happy so that you don't have to look death in the fucking face. You fucking loser. All right, let's calm down for a second. Okay. let's take a breath, Seb. Let's take a breath. Sometimes you need to chill for a moment. I am on my Magic Mind bullshit. I am loving Magic Mind. I am taking the sleep ones, Rob.
Yes.
The sleep ones they put me out.
Nice.
I will be honest. They have something in it that puts me out.
That's beautiful.
I need a little boost. I only had something earlier today. So I am going to take a Magic Mind right now. It is a performance shot. It has a ton of great stuff in it. Some of the ingredients. It does taste good. Ashwagandha. It's got matcha, vitamin B2, B3, B12, C, D. It has a ton of stuff. And it does taste good. Subtly sweet.
Yes.
Subtly. I love that.
It's good.
So if you want to check out Magic Minds, go ahead and use the promo code LANJAN, LAN January, to get 45% off our Magic Mind bundle. We'll be including the link in the description to the episode. And if you want to just try out, try Magic Mind out, you can, and they'll give you a 100% money back guarantee. I do enjoy it. I drink it. It tastes good. It gives me a boost. The nighttime one calms me down.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's good for the
LANJAN.
LANJAN. Use our promo code. At least check it out. And if you're looking for a coffee substitute or something to add to your coffee to kind of give you an even kind of sharpness throughout the day, try it out. Beautiful. Okay, we had to take a reset because I was getting a little too hyper, you know?
Okay.
I was getting a little too hyped about that.
Okay.
But that's what happens. My old football comes out of me. I start yelling and screaming.
Were you aggro when you played football?
No, I think we've talked about this.
I was not aggressive at all. I would try to hype myself up, listen to music. I was just not an aggressive athlete like that.
I was not either.
I tried to maybe be a little bit whatever, but I just was not on the level of other people. And I only played soccer.
Yeah, I've told this on the pod, but the guys would cry in the locker room, and I would fake cry to fit in
because they were sad.
Yeah, it was the one time the men could show their emotions.
That's so funny. Meanwhile, you have no issue crying outside the locker room, and they probably are the opposite.
The exact opposite.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'd be crying in the movie theater. I would go, I gotta pee. You ever notice that Sebastian always pee when death is brought up? Beautiful. So what's cool about this time is that there's a bunch of awards happening. So there's
the Super Bowl, the Grammys, Oscars, SAG Awards. Honora also nominated for the top SAG Award.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So the Oscars, we're going to watch a bunch of, so I'm in SAG, so I get all the screeners. So we're going to watch a bunch of those and probably talk about them on an episode.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So if you want to
watch along, please.
Yeah, watch along, and we'll talk about those movies. At least watch a few of them. I also think it's great. What's so cool about the Oscars? I always loved it growing up. First, I used to like it because of, I loved like watching the presenters, like the person hosting. That was always such a fun gig. And then now it's turned into a hell gig, but except for what's her name, who did a great job, Nikki Glaser.
Yes,
I thought did a great job
at the Golden Globes.
But it's but also it like showed me the most beautiful art that came out that year.
Yeah,
and we should be absorbing like America. We pump out a lot of bad shit.
Yeah. Which I used to be so into it. When I was in college, I watched pretty much every Oscar movie for the whole time I was in college. Then I was like, all right, it's kind of political. And I kind of realized that it's political in the sense of like behind studios advocating, like in the sense that a high school prom is political.
Yes.
Where it's people throwing parties to advocate for their movie. And
I mean, Timothy Chalamet is not hosting SNL. Because
on accident.
Yes.
It's a part of an Oscar campaign.
They do Oscar campaigns.
So I didn't realize that I was just like, oh, they choose the best movie of the year. I was very naive, I think, as a kid. And when I saw the behind the scenes, then I kind of was like, oh, this is all whatever. But now I'm back and I watched most of the Oscar movies last year. And think obviously this year I want to watch them because Honora is nominated. I saw Honora. And I liked a lot of the movies that I was excited to see this year ended up delivering, which was nice.
We'll talk about because a bunch of them we should do an episode on.
Yeah, I'm down to do that. I saw Dune 2 3 times in theaters. Sing Sing, I saw didn't end up getting nominated for Best Picture, but
I have it. We could watch it and we'll
absolutely amazing. Yeah, because I think Coleman is nominated for Best Actor.
Yes, so we'll include that. But it's also great, like that's art that we're putting out.
Yeah, it's good to see what that is too.
Because art reflects the world.
Yeah, it should.
It should, and good art does. There is a lot of good art that is reflecting the world.
You're right.
Or at least capturing a slice of life.
Which I think, like Severance does, which we want to talk about Severance at the end of the episode.
We will, for
no spoilers. Yeah.
But I think that like it's good to absorb art.
Yeah, of course.
And our arts right now is it is movies and television and stuff like that.
For sure.
And we should be proud of stuff that we put out because there is a lot of good stuff that comes out. And music, yes.
It feels really good. I mean, I've said this before that there's not much that we're able to root for or identify with or like that reflects our experience in a lot of other fields. In politics, for sure, and all these other, in a lot of businesses, it's hard to find yourself being like shown, I don't know, empathy or like, I feel your struggle. We don't really get that in a lot of different places.
But in movies, you do.
In movies and art and music, it's really satisfying when something connects with what's going on in your life, and it's nice.
I think a person that enjoys movies, in my mind, is probably a more empathetic person because they understand other people's stories and struggles.
You would hope. Some people literally, shit goes right over their head. They're just like, I want to be entertained.
Rob, we have to hope.
But I'm
we have to hope for the best case scenario.
I'm telling you, there's both. It's not necessarily true.
Sure.
But it's more likely to be true, I think, maybe than the average person. I would hope.
I think more people that if they're watching all the Oscar movies are a little more empathetic than other people.
Yeah.
I have to hope. They're at least seeing stories.
Yes.
How could they not care about other people besides
You're
themselves
right. You're
if they're
right.
seeing all those stories? Rob?
I'm just letting you know that it exists.
I know,
I think a whole genre of people watch The Sopranos and completely miss the point.
We're talking, yeah.
But that happens with movies.
I don't think I would say the crossover between the people that watch Sopranos and all the Oscar movies is small.
No, not necessarily. Sopranos is seen as the best TV show of all time by the Oscar movie watchers too.
The people that got it wrong.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
Okay, I see.
The people that are there for the gabagool.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Well,
we'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about this
stuff later, but
I
there's a lot of art. It's really honestly blowing my mind recently on how much stuff goes over people's head.
I mean, yeah. I just yelled at someone for not understanding my face wiggle.
Yeah, exactly.
But so there's all those cool awards that come out, and I was like, I said to you before the show, and it really made me wonder. One of the best art forms is food.
Yes.
Why is there not like a televised food award?
Yeah, I don't know.
It would be.
It's crazy.
We have a Food Network. We have one of the biggest shows of all time, Top Chef.
Yeah, on the level of the Grammys and Oscars, they should have, I don't know, we'll call 15 categories. Award them.
Yes.
Once a year, everybody watches.
And
people love food. They love restaurants.
And it would help businesses.
It would help travel. It would help a lot of things.
It would truly, you want to, places like small towns in Minnesota or Kansas City or Washington
I mean, New York
State
would win a lot of awards, let's be real.
But here's the thing. But then there would be places that something wins an award, like Best Barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden there would be awards that would open up travel and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And it would open up what we're actually pumping out of our country that's good.
Yeah.
Which is food.
Yeah.
There is a lot of good food that we make. There's a lot of great movies and TV shows that we make and food.
Yeah.
Why are we not giving food the platform it deserves?
I don't know.
Says the big man.
Why are we not giving food the platform it deserves? It is ridiculous.
Thank you, Robbie.
Why is there not an award show?
It's so hard.
For food. It is absurd.
It's so hard being a fat guy having strong opinions about food.
It makes no sense to me.
Because being fat has nothing to do with having good taste in food.
I agree.
It has nothing to do with it.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. I didn't get fat from good food.
Yeah. Good food is sometimes expensive.
I did not.
I would hope that some of it was good.
No, Rob. I'll tell you this.
It wasn't?
I got fat from crap food that America pumped in my system.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? It wasn't from grandma.
You weren't getting chicken parm every night of the week.
It wasn't from that. Yeah. I'll tell you this. It was from fucking the junk.
Yeah.
It was from the big systems just pumping fake bread into my body.
Yeah, probably.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's there's just such great food in our country, and I think that it should be celebrated, and I think that there should be some pride in stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, Michelin was a tire company.
Yes.
They wanted to promote travel. So they made a guide of the best restaurants, hoping to sell more tires, to be like, look, go get this food. It's far away. It's worth the drive.
That's such a good idea.
That was a good idea, and it's one of the most successful rating systems in the world.
People work their whole lives to get that.
Yeah.
And when they do, they feel like an accomplished person.
It's on the same level as the Oscars.
I believe in more awards. We should be giving out more awards.
I love that.
I don't think when people like participation award, great. Let's not make it participation. Let's give. So you fight that one. Everyone should get a participation award. But 2, let's just give more categories.
Yeah.
Let's point out why this one person is great.
I'm all about it.
Like.
Yeah, I guess participation is lazy on the award giver's end.
It's actually not enough. Yeah, that's my problem with it. It's not that you don't deserve an award for being there. You deserve an award for what you specifically bring.
Yes.
Most joy to the locker room. You know what I mean?
Of course, that's important.
That's such a good award to get.
Some teams do stuff like that, where they give out a ton of awards, which is nice.
I think that we should be giving out more awards, not less awards. We need to make people feel good.
Yeah.
We need to stop advertising 4-in-1 pills for men for hair, erection, depression on their phones. We need to give out awards.
Yeah. Yeah, you would love for people to feel good.
That's truly like... and participation awards, I don't like because it's lazy and not specific.
Yes.
Let's give everyone, this guy eats the fastest oranges on the team. The fastest orange eater. I mean, is it the best award to get? No, but are you happy? Of course.
People love high school superlatives. No one would be pissed if there was 15 more high school superlatives. And the more creative and specific they are, I think the more fun that the general student body has with them.
1,000%.
So, like, just pump out more.
I agree totally.
I love that.
We need to, like, be specific. It's lazy on the givers.
Yeah. This is what...
You feel seen. To feel seen is
100%.
the best, is one of the best feelings in the world.
100%.
To be seen and heard.
Now, I mean, I coach now and teach swimming, and it's like, yeah, I want to give positive reinforcement every single lesson that I teach. I need to give positive reinforcement and tell people what they're doing well.
Yeah.
And you need to find, even if somebody's barely floating, like, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, we improved marginally on this today. I just want you to know that you came here, you improved marginally on this, and it's good that you come back.
I love that.
And even if you don't improve, it's like you came. It's 15 degrees outside. You came and you tried and you got more comfortable, at least in the water.
I hate people when they're like showing up. I hate that saying showing up is half the battle.
Oh, showing up to me is 95% of the battle.
Shut the fuck up.
I've done a lot. Like, I literally, in college, showing up was 98% of the thing. I'm like, I just got to sign up for shit and show up.
I know.
Hopefully I have a crush on somebody that's there. And then I'll really want to show up.
Always helps.
But it's like, yeah, that was my whole ethos in college, was showing up is everything. Because once I'm there, I'm excited to do what I got to do.
And I hear all this stuff from these fucking fitness influencers talk all about this nonsense. I'm like,
really?
It's so annoying.
I can't with the fitness influencers.
I can't either.
I can't with the
Yeah, but we talk about this too much.
But
it's in our life.
I can't with
January.
the super, like the alpha, the homophobic fitness influencers. And it's like, I don't know if this is a controversial statement, but this is how I feel. Being a fitness influencer, these alpha men is one of the gayest things straight men do. I'm like, you're trying to build an army of men that think you're hot. Lean into it. Like, what are we doing with this? And then you're going to turn around.
Just be open.
And you hate women a lot of times. These messaging is like so strange. It's just like, be open and realize what you're doing. You're trying to gain a following of men that think you're hot.
You know what?
Which is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
But then don't turn around and then be so mean. And be so like insecure and homophobic. It really blows my mind.
I mean, a lot of the fitness people are people that were hurt as young age, and that's why they dedicated so much life to the gym. You know,
it's so strange.
It's like the hurt people, and I was that, and I'm trying to escape that life.
Yeah,
I've been hurt, and I've hurt other people, and I go, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I like have to shake myself. I wish people would just shake themselves a little bit.
Yeah,
shake themselves.
Yeah,
shake yourself.
They'll pause. Pause is the new no homo, as we've talked about. And
there'd
be these fitness influencers that are like, pause. I'm like, bro, you got to just lean into what the hell's going on in this right now.
Yeah. If I would, don't say pause. I hate pause. Because
we're not big pause fans.
Yeah.
It just means no homo. No.
Yeah, it means
it's
no
New
homo.
York slang, I think, for no homo.
Just, if you want to say that, say no homo so then people could judge you.
Yeah.
Or say, I would never be gay.
Yeah.
Oh, don't think of me as gay.
Yeah.
I would go, at least you're being honest about how backwards you are.
Yeah.
Pause is just a quick way for you to say that will confuse people about your homophobia.
Yeah. I can't. I'm just like, do you not see the irony in this?
Yeah, I'm not about. And I said no homo growing up, and I'm happy I don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
And if you say pause now, here's the thing.
You can
change. You can stop.
Yeah.
You can stop doing stuff.
Yes.
That's the only stopping.
You can change at any moment. I can be like, oh, I shouldn't do that.
And it's one thing at a time.
I shouldn't. Yeah, of course.
One thing at a time. Just go, I'm not going to say pause anymore.
Yeah. You can get better.
I declared I'm done with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's good.
I just don't need to have it. I haven't had it in a couple of years, but I don't ever need to go back.
I haven't had it over a year, and it's by my house.
It is by your house.
Yeah.
And they do have grilled chicken.
Yes, they do.
And it's one of the only fast food places that sells just grilled chicken.
And it's good.
It
tastes good.
I just don't. I'm in my head.
I go to Sweet Chick. Sweet Chick's better.
Yeah. In my head, I go,
like,
I don't
I
need
could
to
support
go to
Nas instead of supporting
sure.
this whatever organization.
Yeah.
And it's like a New York-ish brand.
Ish.
I'm sure he has other investors, but
it's one thing at a time.
Yeah.
It's one tiny little step at a time.
Yeah, you can change always.
Yeah, I believe in that.
Of course. I
did,
always believe anybody can change at any time.
And I'll continue to make mistakes, and hopefully, but when I do, I look and I try to fix,
which is good.
You gotta, man, you gotta. So, anyways, I want to talk about the 20 greatest dishes came out of American foods.
Okay.
What the 20 greatest dishes to come out of America are. And a lot of these I love. A lot of these are great. And I think that we should be proud of these dishes.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Barbecue's great.
Barbecue is so good, man. And you know what I like about barbecue? It's like alt music. There's indie punk, there's ska, there's emo. There's so many branches of barbecue.
I guess I'm not in the game like that, but I know people in the South are very serious about the different genres of barbecue.
Carolina. What type of coleslaw do you make? You know?
Yeah, I know Memphis has their own.
Yeah.
I know Kansas City's big in the game. I know a lot of different areas of Texas have their own style.
I think barbecue is a great hobby for grown-ups to have too.
In the South.
Yeah.
Or in the North too.
Anywhere. It's like what does your dad care about? He cares about really, really making a delicious meal to feed us.
It is a good hobby.
That's a great hobby. It's like how your dad grows tomatoes.
Yeah.
What a great hobby.
Yes.
We need good hobbies like that. It takes him away from everything for 20 hours.
It's nice.
Good. And it's meditative.
Yeah, that's what he says.
It's meditative to be like, I got a slow cooker.
Yeah.
And I'm marinating this, and to look at it and care. To care about stuff is beautiful. I think barbecue makes a lot of these grown men that could be problems care about something.
Yes.
And I like that.
You just got to care about that. Care less about the other stuff.
Yes.
Don't get too caught up in the other stuff. I mean, it's hard because the conditions of the world are getting worse. So I understand people are looking for answers, and there's nowhere to find answers in a mainstream.
Sure.
So I have empathy in that regard, but it's just like, you're not finding the right answers.
No.
A lot of these people are not finding the right answers.
No.
And I get you're looking for them, and
sure.
It's sad because you're just not, you have to really turn that into a hobby to find those right answers, I feel like.
It has to be a full hobby.
Yeah. But anyways.
I do think that it's a good thing for someone to focus on.
100%.
Fried okra.
Never had it.
Never had it either, but I like it. Cobb salad.
Never had it.
You never had a Cobb?
No.
It's great, man.
I've heard great things.
It's got
I got to try
a
it.
bacon, hard-boiled egg, blue cheese.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it. I've never had a hard-boiled egg. I've had it, I guess, an egg in a ramen.
Well, Rob, I got
we were
bad
talking
news
about
for you,
this.
Man.
What?
Your days for trying hard-boiled egg has long passed.
Why?
Because you're not in the tax bracket to eat a hard-boiled egg anymore.
What is that? It's a CEO.
It's a CEO food.
Okay. Sebastian had 4 this weekend.
Did it fall bags?
I
just mean I was telling you now that there's bird flu.
I see.
There's one account that they go. I love this account. They go, I'm gonna track on TikTok. This is why I like TikTok so much.
The TikTok algorithm is done.
I know.
Unfortunately, we talked about will it be, won't it be last week, and it doesn't look good right now. So
No.
I don't know. I was on the fence a week ago. I'm no longer on the fence. Just so everybody, if they care about what I think. That's my take.
There was a TikTok creator that goes, I'm gonna take the price of eggs every day from the start of Trump's election presidency to the end and show you where the price is, because that was like a big talking point.
Yes.
And they go, and we'll see what happens. It's gonna go through the roof.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's gonna go be really bad. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I mean, iconic.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches might be one of the most like Americana foods.
Yeah.
A cold one?
I had 2 a day my entire high school career.
A cold peanut butter and jelly sandwich could make you believe in love again.
Yeah. Which is what? 1,200 I must have had in high school.
1,200 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
181 days I think we would go to school. 2 a day. 360 times 12 times 4. I had probably 1,200, over maybe even more. If that's 1,440, that would be.
That's amazing. You were built on PB&Js.
Yeah.
Your brain.
And a Cosmic Brownie.
Your brain was built on PB&Js.
PB&J, Smart Food Popcorn, and a Cosmic Brownie. That was my lunch. 2 PB&Js.
I love that. I think PB&J.
Every day.
PB&J might be the most American sandwich.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
More than the burger.
More than the burger.
That is a controversial statement, but I would go PB&J is the most American sandwich.
It's for everyone.
You can eat it on the fly. It's so versatile.
It's incredible.
It's just the most versatile sandwich in the
for
world,
everyone.
and it's really tasty. It has protein.
Yeah.
It has the sugar that we all love. I mean, I would say it is the most American sandwich.
Yeah, and I think that people will get annoyed that it doesn't have meat in it. Shut the hell up. I think it's so delicious. It's soft and it's.
If you don't like PB&Js because there's not enough meat in it, then I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. You're gone. You're lost. I think the average person, no matter what their view of the world is, likes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Dude.
If you've gone that far where you're like, I can't eat this because there's no meat, I don't know.
Well, they might not agree that's the most American sandwich for that reason, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you just brought up the hamburger. That's why I was saying. Yeah.
The cheeseburger would have to be the number 2.
Well, hamburger is on the list.
Yeah.
Fry bread, delicious. Absolutely tremendous.
Fried bread?
Yeah.
I never had that. What is that?
It's great. It's a native food.
Okay.
Where it's basically it's a delicious piece of like bread that they fry.
Okay.
Yeah. It's exactly what it is.
Nice.
And they gave me like the package to make at home. They made some for me, and when I was in Oklahoma, they brought me a package, and I got to make some with my dad. It was incredible.
Nice.
It tasted so good. Red beans and rice, tremendous. Apple pie, overrated.
I have had limited apple pie.
Overrated. Poke, which I am happy that they acknowledge that's an American food.
Okay.
Along with
I like poke.
General Tso chicken.
Okay.
Right? It's absolutely fantastic. I love General Tso's. Chili, clam chowder, Reuben sandwich, grits, chocolate chip cookies.
Great.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
Chocolate chip cookies has to be one of the biggest comfort foods out there.
Gotta be. I would say chocolate chip cookie overrated.
Oh! Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Not even in my top 10 cookies.
You know how good chocolate chip cookies are? They make a spray to make your house smell like it.
It's great, but it's not. Cookies are really good. I don't know. It's not in my top 10 cookies. If I'm getting the 3-pack at Costco with the white macadamia, oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip's 3 on that list for me. I mean, any cookie that your mom made for Christmas, I would rank above the chocolate chip. I'm just telling you. I like Italian cookies more.
Don't try to pull at my heart.
I just don't. I think the chocolate chip cookie is overrated. Oreos, I would place over it.
Oh!
Oreos over Chips Ahoy if we're going to go like the branded whatever.
Well, no, we cannot.
The Chewy Chips Ahoy I liked, but Chewy Chips Ahoy maybe is on the same level as Oreo.
We cannot compare Oreos because Oreo only exists in the Oreo format. No one's making Oreos at home.
Okay.
People are making chocolate chip cookies at home.
Yes.
Oreo only exists as Oreo. That's why it would beat the Chips Ahoy. But
okay.
Right?
I see.
It's the best version of Oreo.
You're right.
Oreo.
I see. But a homemade chocolate chip cookie.
With a little salt.
Yeah. No, I like a peanut butter cookie more than a chocolate chip cookie.
I'm over peanut butter cookies.
Why?
Why not sweet enough?
Not sweet enough.
Not sweet enough.
No.
Give me a sugar cookie.
No.
I'm trying to lose a foot, kid. Not sweet enough. Oh, God. I can't.
Oh, no.
A chocolate chip cookie is so good.
It's low on my list, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Probably not even in my top 10 cookies of all time.
If I was going to die, I'd say give me an ice cream sandwich surrounded by chocolate chip cookies.
Really?
They don't even put other cookies around it. And when they do, they flop.
Yeah, I mean,
could you imagine a white macadamia nut around some ice cream?
I would get a strawberry ice cream then.
Ugh. Ugh.
I mean, it's all about that's more about the complete meal.
That's what I'm playing with.
Yeah. No, I guess I don't know. Maybe I just don't like milk chocolate that much. I don't know. I like milk chocolate.
I like milk chocolate too.
Of course.
But I'm never
not
caught,
an alien.
I'm never
but
caught
that's not
dead
my
with the Hershey's
favorite.
bar.
Yeah, me neither. Exactly.
If
I like a dark chocolate. I like a white chocolate more.
If someone has a Hershey's bar, you go, I'm sorry about the depression. Like, if someone
straight up Hershey's.
If
I like a Reese's more.
It actually blows my mind when you walk in a store and a Hershey's bar you could still purchase.
Yeah. At least get with the almonds.
With the almonds.
At least get with the almonds.
At least with the almonds.
I know.
Or you get a nice a Ghirardelli chocolate or something like that. I can't.
Just a basic Hershey's milk chocolate.
I'm not fighting for chocolate chip cookies because of milk chocolates.
Yeah.
Just so the record's clear.
Well, I'm saying that's the centerpiece of the chocolate chip cookies, a milk chocolate whatever chip.
It's a chocolate chip.
Yeah.
But it's surrounded.
like a mini kiss. Those are called chocolate chips.
Yeah.
That come in the bag, the Toll House bag.
The chocolate chips.
Yeah, those are milk chocolate. That's the centerpiece of the cookie.
They're not the centerpiece of the cookie.
Well, I'm adding in macadamia nuts and white chocolate, and it's a new cookie.
The centerpiece. Here's the thing.
It's the same cookie minus the chocolate.
The chocolate chips in a cookie are the vacation to your life. They're just moments, and they're moments that sparkle that everyone sees. But your real life is actual cookie parts. Is the day to day.
Well, then I choose a different vacation. I choose the white chocolate. I'll choose a peanut butter chip.
A peanut butter chip?
The same chip, but only it's peanut butter.
I can't. Not sweet enough.
I like it.
What about a sugar cookie?
I like a sugar cookie.
I like a sugar cookie too.
That's low on the list though, relative to the field.
So when I talked before about like things I've got fat on.
Okay, chocolate chip cookies.
No.
What?
Is adult Dunkaroos. Do you know about these?
No.
And this might be...
I love Dunkaroos, though. Holy shit.
Well, this might be dangerous to tell the audience.
Adult Dunkaroos?
It's straight out of the Sebi Chianti mind. The Sebi Provolone mind.
Okay. This was something you made as a child.
I found it when I was a stoner.
Okay.
And it was probably some of the best thing ever. It's when you buy either Teddy Grahams or like a plain wafer. Like a Walker's, and you buy icing, and you make adult Dunkaroos.
I think I've done that before.
Which is just you buy more.
Yeah.
An adult Dunkaroo. An adult Dunkaroo is what I live for.
Yeah. Teddy Graham's too small.
Teddy Graham's just right.
Oh, it is?
You know why? Because if I'm going to be a gavone, adult Dunkarooing, the icing gets on my finger, and I'm going to hit it with the lick.
Okay.
To taste your finger.
But they're not even what I feel like the actual Dunkaroos are the size of Teddy Grahams.
I like I'm trying to burn a couple of calories.
I'm not complete, Gavon.
I'm not complete. I go, here's the thing. I buy the
trying to straighten the forearm at least.
The smaller cookie, I got to move my arm a couple more times. I got to move the arm. I buy the big cookie. What am I going to be fat or shit? I'll buy the smaller cookie. Wow. That's probably the most heated we've ever gotten on the podcast. Talk about the chocolate chip cookies.
All right, so chocolate chip cookies.
What else?
We skim by some classics. We got to give them their due diligence or due praise, we'll say.
Chili.
Yeah, chili's great.
Chili's great.
Grits is extremely popular.
Grits is great. Shrimp grits I had for the first time this year.
How was it?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Gumbo. I never had gumbo.
It's good.
See, but this I like. So if there was an award
Gumbo's
ceremony, we could be talking gumbo.
Yeah.
And I don't want
they
to
do
be
gumbo
Time
awards
Out New York.
I feel like in New Orleans for sure.
Of course they do, and they do chili awards.
And I'm sure red beans and rice too.
We just need to televise it.
Yeah. We should definitely go to New Orleans. New Orleans is such a good food town.
I
love food towns.
I'm not going to New Orleans without having booze.
Of course.
My titties are going to be out too.
Yeah, get them out.
Rob, if you come to New Orleans with me,
titties out.
I will be motorboated.
People in New Orleans love food.
They do.
They take it seriously. Yeah, my friend used
jazz.
to live in. You love jazz.
Food.
You love food.
I love open containers.
I'm telling you, it has everything. It's great. The people have a fun culture. There's a similar energy of New York, I think, to the native New Orleans.
I hear New Orleans is the only place in America that you could go in the lower 48s, that you could go that feels like you're in a different country.
It's different.
That's why
I went a lot, and I was always like, it was my second favorite city in America, next to New York. Now I've gone to some more. I really liked LA. I could see myself living in LA. That's why I probably rank it higher. But New Orleans is incredible.
That's awesome.
It is.
You see yourself living in LA?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
I talked about it on the episode we talked about the fires.
Oh, yeah.
It just has all the things that I like. It has niche communities. It has good food. It has good art. I mean, New Orleans has all this stuff too. But New Orleans is just like a party town. Yeah. Which not everybody that lives in New Orleans is even like remotely. It's similar to New York too, where like the quarter is its own thing.
Sure. How
like Midtown is its own thing. So New Orleans has so much history. You would love it.
Ghost tours. I love the spooks.
Oh yeah,
spookies.
Well, it's funny to see, like witchcraft and voodoo is very popular, and you'll see. I mean, I've sent you. I gotta find the picture, but they'll have like competing wizards have their books out, and there's like that. It's so funny that these people. I mean, they take it very seriously.
I love
the spirituality is a very big deal in New Orleans too.
Because I believe in some of that.
Yeah.
I genuinely do. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I believe. I'm telling you, I switched timelines. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, we were talking about it.
On the pod?
No, off the pod.
I'm actually off the pod.
I was starting to think about it. I'm like, am I moving timelines too? What's going on?
I told Robbie I switched timelines recently, and I feel incredible about it.
That's good.
I know. It's actually tremendous. And I hope everyone gets to jump timelines once in their life and really feel like they did.
Yes.
It's actually an amazing feeling. Some people would say I just started taking care of myself.
Some people might
say. But me, I say I jumped timelines.
I think that's good.
I think that is better.
Yeah. It creates a new reality.
It also creates power.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel more powerful that I'm able to jump timelines.
Yeah, I like that. It gives you control. That's what we were talking about.
And you know what? I mean, we're off the pod. We're always
control. This is what I want to show you, which I could post.
Let me see.
These two guys with their witch books, and then they'll be competing.
I'm obsessed with them.
I want you to play. I think this is a good thing for you to play one day.
I am him.
I would love for you and I don't know, someone else to play rival witches that have these books in New Orleans. I know.
This is incredible.
They're awesome. It's so funny. But New Orleans is awesome.
I love characters.
I know you do.
And
this to me is like such a fun place to explore.
I think that characters need to be celebrated.
100%.
Individuality needs to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
And it makes me so. But I'm ear to ear right now because I'm so excited and happy that people exist.
Yes, exactly.
I don't want this. I don't want every.
I love
to
a
look
character.
Like CVS.
I know. I love a character, and it is to my detriment sometimes because sometimes characters are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I will get myself down a path.
Well, we all need to be our characters in our own way.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to New Orleans and I was working on houses, one of the guys that was working on the house, he was there for Katrina. And he told me a lot about, like, when Katrina happened, how things are completely flooded and they can't get any access to anything. And the cops are going around with lasers, making sure people don't steal from the stores. And he's like, I'm living basically underwater. Yeah. And he was really, opening my eyes to a lot of the systemic corruption when they handled Katrina. But they got moved to, and I'm like, we're all supposed to be working, and I'm not really working at all on this job site. He's not working. We're all doing story time. I'm asking him questions, and I'm like, this is more fun to me than whatever else I'm gonna do.
Sure.
And so there was this Canadian billionaire.
Funny to be like,
they built a bullshit park that they destroyed into. It was a lot of corruption that was going on.
I know. It's just funny to be volunteering and be like, well, this.
I made a genuine connection with a New Orleans native who we keep in touch. Like I saw him the last time I went in 2020.
Nice.
And he's telling me how they moved a lot of. So this Canadian billionaire built this small little town or this small subset of housing in like a super rural white racist part of Louisiana, and then they built a bunch of houses for refugees from Hurricane Katrina, and they were like small little pop-up houses, and they called it Canadaville, and it was like some kind of weird social experiment situation. And then he started running for like office and being politically active, and they made this whole documentary about Welcome to Canadaville, and where he's telling me this whole story throughout the week. And I'm like enamored by this guy because I'm like, he was such a good character, such a storyteller. He had been around New Orleans for so long, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking sit and talk to him. I was going out to dinner with him, and I was like,
nice.
It was very nice.
You got to meet a person,
and now we're friends. We're friends for life, me and him. He's like
beautiful.
30 years older than me, but I love a character, and that wasn't to my detriment. But I am just always drawn to big personality. People that have lived, people that take risks, people that express themselves. Such a good storyteller.
That's awesome.
He gave all of our friends nicknames. It was fun. We had a good time.
I like that. You always speak so highly of you at time.
Yeah.
But maybe one day we'll go.
It would be nice. We would go meet up with Brooks.
Shout out Brooks.
Mission
Burrito.
Absolutely.
Mission Burrito is another one that's on the list.
Yes.
Burritos are great.
Of course.
Burritos.
I didn't know that. That was American.
Neither did I.
Interesting.
Neither did I. This is CNN.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I believe it. I mean, who knows?
Banana pudding.
Delicious.
Never had.
Really?
Yeah, I'm good on my chocolate chip cookies.
It's good. I've only had, not a lot. I've had it at weddings, and I've had it at the place that everybody goes to, Magnolia, from Friends.
Yeah. I didn't have. I'm not a big. I don't know. It looked a little mushy to me.
Yeah, I don't really love mushy stuff either.
Yeah, it looked a little.
I don't like mashed potatoes, but it's like cake kind of. It's like mushed up cake.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Interesting.
I thought that was Italian.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess poke and General Tso's chicken. I thought, I knew General Tso's wasn't, but
it's probably poor Italian Americans.
Yes,
that's what they could make.
Yeah, they could probably form together meats.
Yeah,
you know,
they just got spaghetti.
Yeah,
made a red sauce.
Spaghetti and meatballs. I think people are too hard on.
Okay,
I think
it's not my favorite.
It's not my favorite, but I think
similar to the chocolate chip cookie.
I think people hate on it a
low
lot.
on my pasta list.
Spaghetti and a meatball.
It's just like I'm not gonna order it out. It's not gonna be better than what I have in my family. So I'm never gonna order spaghetti and meatballs out.
What type of? Where do you think I'm talking about spaghetti and meatballs?
Yeah, I guess my grandma doesn't make it as much now, but I used to have it a lot.
I'm not talking about spaghetti and meatballs out and about.
But we also made a lot of penne and meatballs.
Penne was strictly for retirement and engagement parties.
Really?
It was strictly when we were out.
No, we had a lot of penne.
We were ziti. We were a ziti family.
Okay.
We were ziti, fusilli, spaghetti.
Yeah.
Eggs Benedict.
Nice. I don't know if I've ever had.
I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's obsessed with hollandaise sauce. I don't really care about it. It was just cool. I was like...
That's it? End of the list?
20. Those are the 20 American foods, the greatest dishes according to CNN. And I thought, I was like, oh, that is... I just love food so much. I think there is so much, especially comfort in food.
Yeah.
So, like, it is one of those things that you can feel comfort through art.
It's
food.
Culture.
It is culture.
Yeah, of course.
And, like,
the most important... Art and food is the most important things that I want to travel to a place and where I live.
Sure.
And the communities, like having a varying communities that I could find myself in.
Yeah.
Those are the most important things to me of a place to live.
And it's important that we celebrate those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I do believe that celebrating good, like the good things that we do, you'll do more of them. Just
exactly.
like how you're saying when you teach,
100%.
like you talk about the positive stuff. And I think that like what we do make good movies and we're making good food.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're not talking McDonald's and Burger King, even though I am a fan of chain restaurants.
Of course.
Applebee's, Chili's, Cheesecake Factory. I'm a fan of that.
The stuff with personality I mean, it's just gotten taken over to a new level.
100%. I'm a
big
fan
business,
of that from
like
when I was a
capitalism
kid.
got to a point where it's like making it more expensive and product is worse, which is what's happening to a lot of these big businesses.
100%.
So it's not the same as it was. Even from when we started the podcast.
I know.
Which is unfortunate.
I know.
I don't even know if I would have the same takes as like early on in the podcast.
Definitely.
I think COVID changed a lot of things
Definitely
when it comes
not.
to that
we have to,
landscape.
And everyone should know that our takes
change constantly.
Change, and that's beautiful.
And we don't listen back. So some people will listen back to the whole catalog, and it's like, we can't take something I said 3 years ago. I changed. Me and you are both people who I think pride ourselves on learning new information and coming up with new opinions.
Yeah.
So.
And I could be wrong.
Not to say don't go listen. There's a lot of funny stuff, but
we definitely could be wrong about
take strong opinions with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and a lot of times we were just talking nonsense.
100%.
And that's what's nice about talking nonsense. You go, oh yeah, they were just being dumb.
Yes.
Beautiful. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about Severance for a moment. So if you haven't seen it, hasta la vista. Jump over to the Patreon. We're gonna make sure to put out an episode there.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
So spoiler alert. Don't follow beyond this point. Beautiful. So, Rob, we're 2 episodes into Severance this season.
Well, first let's talk about the first season. What did you think?
First, I want to say it's one of my favorite new shows.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, I'm so happy since I've got the TV and since I feel more comfortable in my home. TV has become such a beautiful part of my life.
It's nice.
It's really nice. I haven't had a couch and a television since 2019.
Yeah.
And now I finally do, and I feel so much. My mom says she sees it on me that I'm like happy.
I told you get the TV. I told you it was the best money I spent.
Yeah,
I'm like, I know that it does wonders.
Yeah.
Especially I know our lives. We can't be out spending a ton of money.
I don't have money.
You'll make the money back in what you save pretty quickly, I feel like. Not that you're going to go out and spend that money anyways, but having the nice, beautiful TV
I sit there
to
and
relax, it really unwinds me at the end of the day. And I think it's good to have it separate from your bed.
So I just wanted to say thank you for pushing me to get that. I think it's been nice. I like the TV in the bed too.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm so blessed right now.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's beautiful.
First season of Severance.
I think Severance is the best show on TV, and like it came out towards the end of Succession, and I'm like, it doesn't even compare, in my opinion, to Succession.
I haven't seen Succession. But
Succession is about a rich family.
What's
that is? It's like billionaires. It's like kind of some commentary on. It's about basically a family who owns Fox News. We'll say.
And what's Billions about?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I think that's more investment banking.
Oh, okay.
But this is like a media family, and it's kind of the drama. Who's gonna take over the company? Which is also what Righteous Gemstones is kind of about. But Righteous Gemstones is also like, I think Righteous Gemstones does the who's going to take over this big business enterprise in a funnier way. And I think Severance does the commentary on big business and the whatever corruption of the world in a better way too.
Well, Severance is they created a fun tactic to play with, so
Very
like an
fun.
Exaggerated reality to
Yes.
creating a new reality for us.
Yes.
Right. Which I thought I love fantastical realism like that.
Yes.
Where we're taking a piece of society and we're bringing it to a new world and exaggerating it. Like all the cars feel like they're from like the 90s, but it feels futuristic at the same time.
Yes.
It's interesting because it feels timeless a little bit where we're playing. I thought that I'm friends with Zach Cherry, who's in
which
the
is
movie.
really cool.
But we've been known each other for years and years now, so it was so.
Were you
cool.
on Harold Night the same night? I thought you guys talked about something backstage. You guys met.
We just met backstage. We were just around at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah. But it's so fun to see your friends like just thrive.
This is the best show on TV. People are talking it might be one of the best shows of all time ever made.
It's so nice to see people. I don't understand people that don't love when they see friends thrive.
I don't know either.
I see this and I got so excited. I'm like this. You were tremendous.
He's so good, and you guys have the same training.
Yeah, and I'm not like, and it's not like, it's awesome. It's just truly incredible, and I'm so happy.
Cool,
and I got to see him in a dramatic sense, and
absolutely, he does everything. He's funny. He's dramatic. He's incredible.
So the first season, I think that like the whole concept of that you should forget about your outside world just so you could be totally functional as an employee is sickening.
Yeah, I don't. It's interesting.
I told you that I couldn't binge it. I had to like pause because I was getting anxiety about it.
Yeah.
It's because they don't want you to even imagine a world outside of work.
It's wild. Because some people are like, oh, that sounds nice. And I'm like, you have to understand there's now a version of you that only is at work.
There's a line where Adam Scott's like, is like, doesn't it make you tired or something like that? And he's like, well, no, I could just tell. He goes, isn't it exhausting just working nonstop in this like in this brain of yours now? He's like, well, I could just feel my body if I got a good night's sleep or not, or if I feel hungover or tired. Like he has to like have cues because he never sleeps.
Yeah.
To never sleep and only work.
It's crazy.
And that is like your life because they don't experience each other's lives. So one life that he lives is only work.
Yes. It's a very interesting commentary on labor and what these corporations want out of people.
To only work.
Pretty much. That's the way the world is trending, is that we're only going to work. They want us to work and die. That's what they want.
Well, it's crazy that like how when Google started coming out with, Amazon, they have scooters and they have sleep pods and you could stay there as long as you want. They got racquetball courts, you know? Like and some people were like, this is so cool. And other people were like, wait a second. You should leave work.
Yes.
This work should not become your life. And I think the show does a great job of being like, hey, we'll give you a tiny, tiny reward if you do something good.
Yes.
Like
there's a lot of that, like, early 2010s techie influence. Like Bezos had murals of himself as a Greek god. When you would walk into the Seattle office, this was well known. And you would have like a ranking. Every person that worked at Amazon had a ranking that they would wear on their badge. And it was
oh my God, like the military.
It was crazy. Like the early Amazon stuff. And it was very rewarded at the time. And we didn't, because I think they were giving stuff at a whatever, you could get fucking toilet paper in 2 days, and they were creating all these high-paying jobs.
Sure.
But it was not as progressive, I think. Now we're seeing the path that it went down, but it was originally kind of like very accepted by the whole general public.
Because they saw an office that people would see go to drab offices, and they'd be like, oh, this office has a snack pod.
Yes.
And we can't let our lives disappear over snacks.
Yes. No. It's crazy.
It's crazy that all season Zach is just working for his dinner.
Yeah, I forget a lot of the first season. You just watched the first season again.
He's like working towards. They get rewards at the end, and he's just working towards having this meal.
Yes,
I forget what it is exactly. Do you remember?
No, but he would get excited about it.
Hold on.
It's also interesting because it's a version of you that is your current self in your current body, but you don't have much context of the world. So you would think it's
waffles,
like,
excuse me.
Yes.
He was working for this waffle meal, which is nothing. You could buy waffles outside.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
I know.
But it's kind of like a naive version of yourself.
Yes.
It's like a child almost, like a childlike wonderment to these characters, or like, they say, like, I've seen people comment on, like, oh, this is your inner child. The innies are closer to your inner child.
Interesting.
And, like, connecting to your inner child.
Interesting. That is an interesting take.
Because they just are born in this situation, and you don't have much context of what the world is.
And so the company that they work for is completely manipulative.
Yes.
In so
and you
kind of
get that sense the whole first season.
Well, you're not allowed to see other companies. They divide the departments up.
Yeah.
Because they divide them up by giving them fake narratives based on what happened in their past.
Yeah.
Which is literally what is happening in the world. It's like they're like, oh, this department one time attacked this other department, and then they tell the other department that they attacked the other.
And people kind of believe it because they're kind of like kids.
Yes, and everyone just believes it, and everyone's scared of each other and thinks they're the enemy, rather than realizing they're being controlled by this like a money-making machine that's happening above them.
Yeah.
And it's truly amazing.
It's a very good commentary, and it's interesting. It's funny. It's thrilling. The season finale of season 1, I thought was one of the best television episodes I've ever watched.
It was incredible, and it was.
I did not see that coming at all. That Helly was the CEO's daughter.
Neither did I.
I was like, that is such a good.
But it
commentary.
Sense.
It made so much sense, and it makes the show so much better.
Because who would be the person that hates it most?
Of course, those type A types people, and it shows you it's like, exactly, these people, she tries to commit suicide.
Because
and imagine Elon Musk having to spend one day as a working class person, he would want to commit suicide.
100%. It's not a person like Adam Scott's character, who's probably grew as a lineage of people that had to do that.
Yes.
And he knows that's just what he has to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's someone that is totally privileged and entitled.
Yes. No, it's great commentary. But so we're on season 2 now. And it's interesting to me. I mean, they're all back, right? So they all kind of announce whatever happens. I'm sure the people that are listening have watched it. But I'm in line waiting the other day to go see a show, which you think like people that are consuming big comedy shows in New York, whatever, and these two people are talking, and the one guy saw 2 episodes, one guy only had seen 1 episode, and the guy that saw 2 episodes is like, you gotta watch the 2nd episode, it's so good, whatever, and the guy that saw 1 episode was like, yeah, I think that Helly might not actually be her innie down there. And I'm like, how are people... And the other guy was like, oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, you think so? And I'm like, how would this go over this guy who watched 2 episodes ahead? She's the CEO of a company. They created this bullshit propaganda to get the innies back on board. They all go around talking about what happened, and she doesn't mention that she's the CEO of the company. You don't think she's down there to control these people? Lying to their faces? Like, she wanted to kill the people that were controlling her. Sure. The innie version saw that she was the CEO and screams to everybody at the investor meeting that they're torturing us down there. She's not like, oh, let me fucking save face for the company.
And it's so wild.
How do you see this and this go over your head?
I mean, people...
This is why I'm just like, what are they watching this, like, not connecting any of the dots to the world we live in?
People watch how they watch TV.
This is what I was talking about with the Oscar stuff, where I'm like, I think some of these people just might be like watching the stuff, and they just go, that was cute. And then that's it. They either makes them feel kind of cool, or they makes them feel a little warm inside, or they laugh a little, or... Yeah. I'm like, we need art literacy.
There is art for that, if that's what you want.
Yeah, we need some level of art literacy or media literacy. Not just for news, for how to watch TV, I think a little bit.
Yeah, I mean...
Contextualize our lives.
I mean, hopefully the show will then teach him.
I hope
That's
so.
That's the beautiful part.
You hope.
The show will then hopefully...
Or you watch enough, like, YouTube videos and you get a little better at it, I guess.
There's this whole concept of raw dogging shows, and I'm all about that.
Which is what?
Which is you watch a show, you watch an episode of a TV show, you don't look at your phone, you don't watch any videos about it afterwards, and you don't Google anything about it. And I like that because then I get to just feel my feelings about it.
It's nice. It's annoying because Twitter just makes jokes immediately, and they're releasing these episodes at 3 a.m., which I didn't realize.
Sure.
So I'm on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, that does make sense, like certain things. And then I'm like, wait, this fucking episode came out this morning? I think it came out at 9 p.m.
Oh, my God.
And then I'm like, I saw a scene, and I'm like, what, did I miss that scene? And then I'm like, I got to fucking turn off Twitter because it's annoying to me that they're not releasing it while we could all watch it. Because I do like to be on Twitter when like a big episode or something happens, and then more for the jokes, I think, or whatever.
One thing I liked about it, what thought was interesting, was how she lied when she gave her press conference in the 2nd episode, being like that was a joke. I was taking too many. I was on drinking and taking medication from a whatever the company,
non-lumen drug.
A non-lumen drug. I'm like, oh my God. And I didn't realize what I was saying was a joke with bad taste. I'm like,
what kind of joke is that?
So ridiculous.
This is what people do. I was joking. This is Elon Musk does the Heil Hitler. He's like, I was joking. All right.
Yes.
This is what it is.
That's exactly what it's like. Couldn't have come out at a more perfect time.
Yeah. I think Britt Lowers does an incredible job. I mean, she's playing 2 totally different complex characters. I hope we see any Helly again.
We have to.
They have to. They can't.
Rob,
there's no way they wouldn't do it.
They have to. Well, I saw. I saw like spoilers of people or predictions people are saying, and
there's like
I'm trying to
20-minute YouTube videos. I'm like, I don't need to do that.
Well, people really dissect it.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of attention to detail. Like people have dissected. I guess that it's a water company, and a lot of the files have to do with water.
Interesting. So for me, they're like taking so much time on every scene, and you like really could tell though.
the attention to detail.
Yeah, which is incredible.
Which is cool for Ben Stiller. I know Ben Stiller always wanted to direct.
And it's nice to give someone that space.
Yeah.
I think that, like, especially in the world we live in, and we're a part of the short form content, it's nice to then have the inverse of that.
We like that. I think we like long form content, and we prefer people to listen to us on the long form. We just use short form as an advertisement. In a perfect world, we wouldn't have to make much short form.
No, in a perfect world, I wouldn't have Instagram.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Let's be honest. I didn't have it before all this shit.
I know.
I didn't have Twitter. I wasn't about any of this stuff.
I think what makes this show better is the long form of it.
Yeah, I know, but whatever. It is what it is, Rob.
Yeah.
We gotta play the game.
Yeah.
You know. But it's one of the best shows on TV. I hope people are really absorbing
when she lied to them in that was also so impactful to me. I like felt it in my bones, and I'm like, these people are so cruel. And I hope people just understand that they're getting lied to, because it's so, you feel so much love for Adam Scott's character, Mark, Dylan, and Irv, because which they bring such humanity to these characters.
They're incredible actors.
They're so good. The three of them are so good, and she's great too. But like when they lie to them, especially because it's these innie versions of them,
and they're like
they're so beautifully naive, and it's just like that's so many people in the world, I think, and it really broke me down. I'm like, damn, I hope people see this and can feel this, how evil they are to lie. So then when this guy didn't realize that she's lying, and I'm like, it made me feel like I almost got the same emotion again, where I'm like, bro, she's lying. Like, what are we doing?
I know.
Like, the world is evil. Like, I hate to open your bubble, but like, your company is lying to you.
Yeah.
People don't want to see that, I don't think.
Yeah, and people don't, because people want ignorance is
They want to believe in these things, and I'm like, granted, obviously it's artistic expression of the world we live in, but I'm like, this is what makes it so good to me, is how evil Lumen is.
That's interesting.
And the commentary on labor, and it just really hits home on a lot of things right now.
I think it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the show shapes out. It's one of those shows I have no idea where they're going to go.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Which was cool about how the first season ended, because I'm like, the first season you're down there almost the whole season.
Yeah.
You see a little bit of Mark, I guess. But I'm like, second season will be completely out of. That's what I thought Squid Game was going to be too. I know. And then they ended up just going right back into the same thing.
I think that Squid Game, they should have never even gone back to.
I agree. That's what it would have been cool.
Yeah.
Which Severance went back, but we'll see how much they go back.
You know why they go back? It's easy in controlled environments to film.
Okay. Yeah.
Also too. Like just from like
that's
like
true.
You know how easy it was to film Squid Games with 100 people?
Yeah.
And they've just had these sound stages.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
No fun to bring up. But people do think logistics like that.
Yeah.
It's harder to film out in Korea.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. But the innies, there's a more compelling dynamic of the innie versus outie. I think
it's so fun
in Severance.
It's awesome because I was so excited for Squid Game 2 and felt disappointed, and now I feel like I have something again.
It's good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about it. I think every week now we'll do this little 10 minutes at the end.
Oh yeah.
Because it's fun. I think it's fun to talk.
Yeah.
I like talking about TV shows, and that's part of what makes it fun. When a show comes out once a week.
You had a little.
Yeah.
You had a little something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's it's sad too. The show.
Very sad.
It's very sad. So
it's makes me feel I'm heartbroken.
That's what good art should do. Beautiful. So we'll hop over to the Patreon now. Thank you all for absorbing our content. For listening to us. We really appreciate it. If you want to join us on the Patreon, that truly means the world to us. If not, just share the podcast with a friend. That's the best thing you could do to help us also. Beautiful, Robbie. Hit the music.